Do you ever feel overwhelmed? Not by anything in particular, but just life. The journey of life can be daunting between working to pay the bills, growing your relationships to keep your family afloat. And then, where does that leave time for yourself and your personal health? Welcome to the I Killed My Own Killer book series and podcast, where we are all about juggling and managing all of your responsibilities to be by your side in growing through it all. This brand is here to help you achieve your goals. Whether they are personal and emotional goals you set for yourself, business goals you want to hit in your career, or physical and nutritional goals you want to accomplish to be a healthier version of yourself. Whatever your goals are, stay tuned for tips and tricks to make accomplishing them easier for you. Each episode will help you significantly improve in one aspect of your life or another.
Hey guys, it's Caitlin with the I Killed My Own Killer book series and podcast, where we are all about personal growth and development. Stick around to the end if you want to know one of the easiest ways for you to start getting booked out at speaking events, how you can make money speaking. Now, I really want you to share with our listeners, how did you begin to make money fresh out of high school?
Right, so again, I'm a big faith person. My very first ever entrepreneurial thing was my first pop-up shop. So I did the entrepreneur experience because as I was learning about entrepreneurship, I developed such a strong passion for teaching others. So I had a guest speaker there, and I bought out the building. I had vendors come and show off their businesses and promote themselves. And that was all off of faith because I didn't have the money to do it. Them paying for a booth paid for the building.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and so I put the address to the building on the flyer without even securing the building. But my faith was big, and I knew God would deliver. So it did. Of course, in that opportunity, me being intentional about that opened up so many other doors for me. I got sponsorships, new connections. I was seen as someone that provides opportunity for other people.
Wow.
And that just turned into something else, and it eventually compounded and compounded and compounded. And now I'm traveling to high school speaking, and I'm going to NAUW events, sorority events, speaking to the youth. And so I'm just blessed, and I'm very thankful that I took that chance for myself.
Oh my goodness, that's an incredible faith story, because I remember that event. I remember we were just in Louisiana at the time while she was having this event. So my husband and I, we pulled up and we saw all the vendors that were there. They all had their own businesses. So she gave them the opportunity to put their business and their brand in front of an audience that she brought there by doing the marketing and the promotion. You literally just put all these pieces of a puzzle together. But like you said, it was a faith move.
It was.
You didn't have it all planned out.
I didn't have the money to book the building. I didn't have anything, and I was like, I'm gonna do this, and it's gonna happen, and it did.
Wow. And you just put one foot in front of the other.
Yeah.
So to see the final result of that was pretty incredible.
Yeah.
One of our mentors always says your answers are in the action. So that's exactly what happened to you. You didn't have the answer of how I'm gonna pay for this building. You didn't have the answer of what the event was actually gonna be. Your answers were in the action. So you put in the action, then the answers came. And sometimes we get analysis paralysis, where we're like, I want to know exactly what it's gonna look like to build this business, to make some money before we actually do it. And like, school has us programmed that way. Jobs have us programmed that way, but nothing is perfect. Entrepreneurship isn't perfect. Having your own business isn't perfect. But like this girl did, she took some action. She found her answer. So I just want to encourage you to take some action on whatever is tugging on your heart, because God's given you a vision and you a purpose, and whatever that desire is that you have in your heart, it's there for a reason. So you've got to do like her if you want the answers for what your purpose and passion actually is.
Yes.
So now, fast forward months later, you're doing all of these speaking events. I want to know, are opportunities just coming to you, or are you still having to kind of find them here and there? What's that look like?
Right, so of course I had to create my own opportunity by starting that pop-up shop, but after that I got invited to speak here, I got invited here, I got invited here. I would go to other pop-up shops and network with people there. So it does take some sense of intentionality with the places and the environments that you put yourself in, but when you add value to a room and you add value to people, whenever you're intentional with doing that, the other half is they want you. So I was being reached out, can you come here, can you come here, can you speak here, can you speak here. My first high school speaking event, I didn't reach out for that. The students, I added so much value on social media to the students there that they went knock on their principal's door and was like, we need her here. So it's all about adding value and being intentional with the connections that you make.
That's like Success Principle 101. Myron Golden, he's on YouTube. You can check him out. He's always about give the marketplace value and they will pay you for that value. And you were a living proof of that, that you just gave the students value. The students, that's your market, that's your audience. And because you were giving them so much value, you're now getting compensated for it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Wow.
So my key to you, be intentional about adding value to any person or anything that you come in connection with.
Yes, and we've got to stop looking for money here and money there and opportunities, and they'll start coming to you like if you just do what she said.
Yeah.
Give value. So it kind of took a while for the ball to get rolling at the beginning. She didn't know what she was doing, but she did it. And then the ball started rolling, and now it's rolling on its own, where opportunities are just coming to her. That's another entrepreneurship lesson that I want us to all realize is they say most businesses fail within the first 5 years. Well, most businesses, it takes 5 years for them to finally take off. So if you can just get past that initial stage, for her it wasn't 5 years because she's creating a brand and doing speaking, which is something different. But for most businesses, or if you are just an entrepreneur looking to make some money, give yourself a 5-year period. And if you don't do it in 5 years, you can't say you actually tried it.
Right.
But if you do it in 5 years, it's like getting that ball rolling initially. It's hard to push uphill. But once you finally get it going, once you finally get it rolling, it's going to go on its own, just like those opportunities are flowing to Christiana.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Christiana, tell us, what does the future look like for you?
The future goal is to, of course, speak at more high schools and impact as many high school students as I can, and of course help people like you understand how you can get into speaking and how you can impact students at high schools, and growing my personal brand, establishing myself as an authority further, and building a business around helping high school students learn how to escape or heal from depression and stress and suicidal thoughts.
But the coolest thing that I love about your brand is the more your business and your brand grows, the more high schoolers are helped, because I'm sure everybody can relate to high school being that period that sucked. Where when something happened in high school, it really felt like the end of the world. And mental health is so important, especially in that phase.
Absolutely.
So the fact that your brand, your mission, your speaking is all about helping the younger generations get through that period is life-saving. Not even exaggerating, you're saving lives.
Yep, absolutely, yes. I attempted suicide twice before the age of 13, and I was in school at that time. High school students, when they're going through that phase, they're learning themselves, and they have the stress of come home with all A's. They have the stress of fitting in at school to be accepted, and it's a lot. So behind closed doors, a lot of them, most than little, are suicidal. They're stressed out, they're depressed, they cry themselves to sleep, they cry in the shower, they break down, and I know how it feels like. I was one of them. That's why my passion is so big for helping them.
I love it. Thank you for sharing that with
Absolutely.
us. And since you're a high school mentor, and I wish I had one of those back in the day when I was in high school. So I'm so thankful for the world and for high schoolers that you are their high school mentor. Now I have a business mentor, I have a business coach. I always will, because I want to keep growing in that area. What about you? Do you have a mentor or a coach?
Absolutely. So I consider you one of my mentors, her and DePaul. I also have 2 other coaches outside of them. And getting a mentor is very important because it's a shortcut to success. You can learn from their mistakes. You can learn from what they're doing. You can learn from the mentors that they have. So if you don't have a mentor, I highly encourage you to get one now.
They are so important. If you want to speed up your growth and learning, mentors are so important.
Yeah.
My biggest tip for you to learn how to start speaking and getting booked is to create your own events. If you're not at a place in life where people are seeking you, make them seek you. So let's say your niche is, I don't know, tech. Invite people in tech to learn about tech and you speak. Or if your thing is motivation, invite people with the pain points that you speak about there, have them pay, have food, drinks, whatever else you want to have, and speak. Get in front of the microphone as early as you can, because as your journey goes, practice makes perfect. You're going to speak better. You're going to notice your vocabulary is going to grow. You're going to be invited to podcasts like these to share your story. So my tip to you is get started, do what you can with what you have now.
Yes, because once you have an event, you become the expert in that area.
Absolutely. Establish yourself as an authority. So if your thing is, I want to speak, create your own event, add value to the people there, and get in front of the microphone.
Boom, there you go. Go out there and get that money. It was an honor interviewing Christiana on the I Killed My Own Killer book series and podcast, and I really hope it gave you value. So if you're like, I want more, I need to know more about her brand, I want to follow in her footsteps related to my niche, this is where you can find Christiana.
Yeah, so of course you can follow me on Instagram at Christy M. Richardson, Christy C-H-M Richardson. You can text my number at 337-242-8875, or you can email me at info@ChristyRichardson.com, and I would love to speak with you.
And if you are a high schooler watching this and you want to reach out to her for mental health, do not hesitate to reach out to her. So whether you need her for business advice, coaching, mental health, or just to say thank you, she's giving you all the details. So
Absolutely.
like and subscribe to this podcast if you want to continue to grow yourself, because we are here for it. We are on this journey with you. And join the private Facebook group, I Killed My Own Killer book series and podcast, if you want to be involved in our community that encourages you and uplifts you every day. Thanks for watching.
Wow, how about that episode? I know you are motivated to kick your butt into gear and become a better version of yourself from this experience of the I Killed My Own Killer book series and podcast. The crazy title of this podcast comes from the original personal development book series. Each book will transform you even more than listening to this podcast. Each book takes a deeper dive into how you can better yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, and even spiritually. Continue your journey of personal growth by being a part of the amazing personal growth book series that is written in a fun fiction way with in-depth journals concluding each chapter. What are you waiting for? Go order your book at www.kfoxworth.com and join the Facebook community in the private Facebook group named I Killed My Own Killer book series and podcast. You don't want to miss out on the full trifecta experience, including the books, the podcast, and the mastermind community in Facebook groups. Keep your personal growth burning desire on fire and be part of it all. It all starts here. So thanks for listening to the podcast, and stick around for more great episodes to keep you growing in all areas of life. You are killing it.